Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Thursday, July 13th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. While he did gain the backing of other parliamentarians, Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat fell over 50 votes short of being named Thailand's prime minister today. This followed a debate over the party's stance on Section 112 of the Criminal Code and more. Anti-riot police have also been deployed in key areas of Bangkok in case protesters take to the streets. Pita was the sole nominee for Prime Minister in today's joint session of Parliament and needed at least 376 votes out of the 700 parliamentarians, that's 250 military-appointed senators and 500 MPs, in order to become Thailand's next Prime Minister. But he received 323 votes, including the 312 votes from his party's proposed governing coalition in the House of Representatives, plus an extra 10 votes, a couple senators as well. 182 votes were against, and 198 parliamentarians, mostly senators, abstained from voting. Pita's Move Forward Party won the most number of votes in the May 14 general election with 151, having won key areas of the country, including all 3 seats here in Phuket. But in a debate prior to the voting, various senators and opposition MPs stated they were set to vote against Pita becoming the next premier, questioning his eligibility of being an MP as the Election Commission just 2 days ago forwarded his case to the Constitutional Court. It's all over 42,000 media shares Pita held in ITV, a defunct media broadcaster that still holds a business license due to ongoing litigation. He repeatedly stated that he received the shares in 2006 when his father passed away, has tried to find a buyer to no avail, and reported it to the NACC prior to the 2019 election. Election law bars anyone who holds media shares from running for office. Senators and opposition MPs also voiced their concerns over his party's stance concerning Section 112 of the Criminal Code, the lèse-majesté law. Violators of the law face 15 years in prison for defaming the monarchy. The law has been a divisive issue since 2020 when anti-government protesters took to the streets calling for reform of the monarchy and the resignation of now outgoing Premier Prayut Chan-o-cha. The Move Forward Party has stated that they support reforming the law with possible reduction in a prison sentence from 15 years to 1 year and or a fine of up to 300,000 baht. The party states that the law is being used to curb freedom of expression and is being abused as hundreds of cases have been put forth since 2000 to silence critics. They contend that their bill is in compliance with international principle of freedom of expression. As for what's next, Pita has 2 more chances to become the next premier, with the second vote scheduled for Monday, July 19th, and if he falls short again there will be another bicameral vote the next day. If he falls short again, officials say that the 8 coalition parties would meet to discuss the future. For more, visit the link in the description. 2 children are now recovering in the south of the island after nearly drowning in Soi Naya and Nai Harn on Tuesday evening. The incident took place shortly before 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday near Nai Harn Ban Bua development north of Nai Harn Lake. 2 boys, aged 4 and 5, were unconscious and having difficulty breathing when rescue workers arrived after a call was placed through the 1669 emergency hotline. While waiting for an ambulance from Chalong Hospital to arrive, one of the boys stopped breathing. Rescue workers performed CPR until the medical team from Chalong Hospital arrived just minutes later. They continued performing CPR until they reached Chalong Hospital just after 5 p.m., but the child was still unconscious. The boy was still in the emergency room at Chalong Hospital, but officers were preparing to move him to Vashira Phuket Hospital for further treatment. For more, visit thephuket.com. Arrests have been made in the gruesome death of a German national in Pattaya, while police have also seized a speedboat from one of those people who they think was going to use this boat to dump the victim's dismembered body into the Gulf of Thailand. German national 62-year-old Hans-Peter Mack, a property broker in Pattaya, went missing on July 4th. His body was discovered dismembered in a freezer at a house in the Nong Pru area of Pattaya this past Monday, 6 days after he went missing. Through their investigation, police identified 52-year-old Olaf Thorsten Brinkman, 52-year-old Nicole Frevel, and 54-year-old Petra Crystal Grungrief, 3 German nationals. Brinkman was arrested at a pub in Bangkok on Tuesday night, and he's believed to be the leader of what police are calling the outlaw gang, which included the 2 other German women. All 3 are suspected of using an electric saw to cut Mac's body into 13 parts, which were put into plastic bags and placed into the freezer. Police believe that Brinkman and the other suspects included a Pakistani man with Thai nationality, Karim Uddin, of forcing Mac to transfer money into their bank accounts before killing him. Uddin was arrested in Kanchanaburi on Wednesday afternoon after trying to flee across the border to Myanmar. Police say that on the day of his disappearance, Petra Grungreef met Mac at a cafe, then later drove him to a pool villa where he was believed to have been murdered. The other woman, Nicole Fravel, is a disabled woman who rented the house where the body of the German businessman was found. A search of the house where Mac's body was found in the freezer turned up an electric saw and ropes. On Wednesday night, a friend of Brinkman's told police that he knew where Brinkman's boat was stored and stated Brinkman had sought his help last Wednesday to move the boat. Police have seized the vessel and say that it may have been intended to be used to dump the victim's body at sea. For more, visit the link in the description.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And bring the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
Officials are confirming that a new city pillar will be installed at the new Phuket Provincial Hall with a 3-day ceremony to commemorate the installation set for August 5, 6, and 7. Phuket Governor Narong Wuncheo confirmed the ceremony and the new monument at a meeting at Phuket Provincial Hall yesterday, with the pillars set to be constructed by engineers from the Fine Arts Department at a cost of over 800,000 baht. A replica of the wooden panel that covers the original city pillar of Lak Muang will also be installed at the site of the new city pillar at Phuket Provincial Hall at a cost of just over 428,000 baht, funded by the Sustainable Development Foundation. The Lak Muang is a city pillar shrine, a traditional structure used by cities and towns throughout Thailand to serve as the symbolic center of the soul of the community. All provincial city pillars must be similar to the main one in Bangkok, the design of which follows design principles set out by King Mongkut Rama IV. Phuket already has 5 such pillars erected across the island. The new monument at Phuket Provincial Hall will be the 6th such city pillar built in Phuket. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Efforts to balance the ecosystem on the island with more green spaces continues as Vice Governor of Phuket, Amnoy Pinsuwan, led a durian planting project in Chalong today. Officials from the local area joined the Vice Governor at Village 6 in Chalong today, which has a total agricultural area of 766 rai, where 46 households have planted 2,370 native durian trees, with the ultimate aim to plant 10,000 more native durian varieties. Durian is classed as a carbon credit plant, part of a process whereby farmers can earn money by reducing their carbon footprint, while also being in high demand locally, nationally, and overseas elsewhere in Asia. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Officials in the kingdom have launched a new mobile app to help tourists and tourism operators achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2027. The app is a joint project involving several public and private organizations, including the Office of the National Higher Education Science Research and Innovation Policy Council, according to the Bangkok Post. The head of the Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization, one of the principals of the project, stated that the app would help tourists monitor their carbon footprint generated by their activities and help provide travel routes and methods that are considered net zero tourism. The app will also provide a channel for people to buy carbon credits to compensate for greenhouse gas emissions generated by each activity. About 1,500 zero-carbon routes will be added to the app over the next 3 years. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thank you so much for joining us today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.